I started my working career as a history teacher in school. Then I moved to theater. I was an actor in theater. And around the age of 30, I started to learn psychotherapy and psychology.
How did you go from being an actor and a history teacher to being a psychotherapist?
Okay, when I was teaching history, I was saying to my pupils, how can you make one move forward without knowing where you're coming from? So I'm saying we need to be aware of where we're coming from, where we are now and who we are now, and then only we can decide what we're going to become, where we're going, what is our future path. Apart from that, one interesting event in my life that happened is I had a very severe injury in war. I was in hospital for 1 year. I had 26 operations. 3 months of it, I was clinically dead, which was a very interesting experience because I went to the other side and I was told, you have not finished, come back. I always thought that I had some kind of a psychotic episode, but then when I read about other people near-death experience, I actually realized that it's quite normal. I looked at it more deeply, and only 10 years later, I understood that my life was given to me as a gift, okay? And I actually, because I was given 1 year to live after 26 operations, and as you all see, I'm still here. So I realized that being alive is actually about your mental attitude and the power of your mind. So I started to explore the subject of how the body never lies. Because the mind is affecting the body and the body is affecting the mind. There is a connection. So from that, I reached a conclusion, an assumption, that all our so-called illnesses are psychosomatic. They're coming from the mind. So in my way of treatment, what I actually do, I'm trying to distinguish between the symptom, which is the physiological or even the mental emotional disorder, and the emotional cause of it. So then that is important to ask 2 questions. How long ago did it start? And what happened in your life around that time? So instead of talking about it once a week or 20 years of therapy, we actually doing it and experiencing it. So for instance, when we talk about how long ago did it started, the roots of the symptom go all the way back to childhood. So what is the childhood trauma or the difficult childhood that caused us to start to judge our natural emotions? So instead of talking about it, I will say, okay, I'm your father. What would you like? What do you need from me? I'm your mother. What would you like? What do you need from me? Or in a way, I'm going also to ask the client, I want you to imagine a little child standing in front of you, and this little child was you. What would you like? You look in the eyes and the face of this child. What do you see? What would you like to say to this child? So it's working from the inner child, working from the present disorder, peeling the onion, going all the way back to the real emotional cause. And from then, integrating and looking at different approaches that with the power of the mind, we can actually overcome our problems, so-called.